Commentators starting off this top 8. Joining me all the way from the Midlands is Zenati.
Zenati. Hello, everyone. We are here.
Kicking straight into the action with Stranger versus Tigerton.
Double forearm sorties.
A staple of Manchester Weeklies.
Yeah. It is just a Smash quarter match here.
Byleth versus Lucina is a kind of how you'd expect a kind of swordy matchup to go. Obviously, Byleth has a bit of a range advantage. Tigerton is going to want to be kind of keeping Stranger on the edge of that spear and pushing advantage from it.
But to offset that range advantage, we have Lucina, who with just probably much faster buttons and generally better mobility than Byleth, so she can weave her way into pretty much all of his hitboxes as long as Sully's playing nice and safe.
Yeah, she's got that very good grounded dash speed. Very fast forward air, very fast down tilt to both pressure in the air and on the ground. So Tigerton has to make sure his spacing is very much on point. The static in my ears.
Sam, we're dying.
Sam, you're killing me. Thank you.
Hello? Okay, we're good. Yeah.
I can't hear Jude though, but are we coming through the headset?
Tickles the head. Oh, right.
The stream can hear us.
Stream can hear us? Oh, right, that's fine.
Wonderful.
We seem to have missed Sully taking the time and then taking the first stock.
Yeah, due to some technical difficulties. Let's chop it in this matchup. Seems like it's difficult on both ends.
Yeah, obviously Lucina's going to opt for her usual nair mix-ups just to try and bait out an option before getting that killing blow, but for Byleth, I'm not really sure what kind of option Tigerton would be looking for here. Love Rocket League. Why are we seeing so much Rocket League images?
Yeah, Byleth is going to be able to kind of use the forward air, the back air, to pressure neutral get shield, and as a result be able to get nairs, which are relatively safe, and to grabs, and there's a shield break. This probably is a stop.
Yep.
Stabbed straight through the chest.
Very smart play from Sully already, just racking on that shield percentage, and when he thinks the time is right, he fires. And he hits, finds his mark. Finds the stock first. As Tom is now on his last stock of the first game.
The difficulty of this position now is that Byleth has to make a real effort to be the approaching party in this case now. And unfortunately, outside of Nair, in my opinion, Byleth doesn't have the greatest approaches.
No.
Definitely
he can certainly struggle with approaches.
A more defensive character than the
And with Lucina, she has that invincible start up on up B, so she can just, if Tom is getting too Nair happy, so he can always just throw him off of him with an up B.
Yeah.
As long as Tigerton's at a high enough percent. And we're seeing that difficulty of finding the hit because he's just trying to weave in up tilt, F tilt, anything, but Lucina can just play at this nice safe range where she gets to react to everything Tigerton does.
And that's a Stranger specialty, an incredibly reactive player. Wow. Not reacted to that side B though.
Great side B call out from Tigerton, knowing exactly what range Stranger's sitting at and letting it rip to finally even out the stocks, but he's still at a deficit, and it's a fairly hefty one.
This is the danger now of the
almost doesn't get the fair either.
Does make it back, so he drops the edge guard.
Very good pressure, Bear Nair.
Thing is now is Tigerton just needs a little bit more percent for that or B to start spiking.
Great pivot grab to continue his advantage state.
And he can look.
It's racking up 64.
B.
Oh, he's good tech, but
no. Byleth can up B into the stage. Excellent use of the recovery.
Very smart recovery from Tigerton as this game is getting closer and closer.
And that was a dangerous position for Stranger as well, because if the up B had caught him, then that would have been the game, or the F tilt not quite enough.
Almost game, but not quite. That will be it though.
Back air will do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think what we said at the beginning held true for the majority of that game. It seemed like Sully was always trying to play reactive, trying to get in his quicker hits, waiting for Tigerton with a superior range to overcommit and get into his range and just abuse him from that point.
Yeah, and Stranger made a very strong call out as well, which allowed him to basically sit in the driver's seat from the second stock onwards with the shield break. I think Tom will be wary of that now, and we'll see games 2, 3, 4, 5 potentially. Look a little bit slower paced as Tigerton's going to be aware that he can't just drop, hold shield, and wait for Sully's options.
I reckon we're probably going to see Lucina again in this position.
Yeah, there's no reason for the Chrom to change.
And Byleth, of course.
Yeah, I don't think Tigerton's particularly keen on switching to Roy. I think he's very much a Byleth enjoyer.
Yeah.
That new transition looks incredible.
This transition's incredible.
Big fan of the transition. So, small battlefield now.
Yeah.
This is Tigerton's counter pick. Probably because the combo extensions that Byleth can get are very valuable. The platform width and the lower ceiling comparatively to normal battlefield.
And his hitboxes are going to be taking up more space every single time he's throwing them out now. Yeah. There's less room for Lucina to run from, which is exactly what Stranger was doing throughout that last game. We'll see how it works out.
The dash shield seems to be incredibly effective against Byleth just because as soon as that forward air is misspaced, you've got the freedom to do any option that you like.
And Byleth does not have the fastest or biggest grab either.
No.
His shield pressure is incredibly contingent on there, and if you can just space around that, as Stranger's been doing very well so far, he's going to have some difficulty. Tigerton, now he's the one trying to make big reads. That's
the thing, both of these characters just have incredible shield call-outs that can lead to the end of a stock.
Yeah, Stranger's just so good at getting him off stage and getting him to waste his options. You have to be scared of whatever Lucina can throw out. Her fair and back air is so quick and deadly, allowing him to pressure a free air dodge and a punish from Tigerton.
And at 88%, Sully's in no huge risk of dying.
No.
So he's just going to be able to play that defensive game yet again and make Byleth come towards him and play super reactive.
This long-range, fast, snappy edge trap is doing so much work for Stranger right now in terms of getting him all the way up to 70%, almost slapping him percent, despite the fact that he's in disadvantage. Be hard-pressed to say this.
Oh, interesting reversal.
A lot of chance for Tigerton here.
Lucina, I think Sully's content to let Tigerton, get up onto ledge, just keep him locked into that back end of the SPF platform. Doesn't want him to take too much space or give him too much space to be able to throw out the more rangy aerials.
Tigerton finally found that F tilt sweet spot, but it might be too little, too late. Drops it, but it's 130%. It's a Lucina ledge trap.
Good patience from
Tigerton. Good patience, yeah, but his shield's low. Impatience from Stranger.
Oh, his air dodge to avoid the
I'm guessing he tried to. I'm almost assuming that he wanted to get the tech.
Yeah, I think he was anticipating it, but just slipped by him and then caused an air dodge off stage, which is unfortunate.
Unfortunate loss of stock. And Stranger is again in a really nice position here. 55% on him, and he's just going to play his own game. He's going to wait for Byleth to run into him because he has to get that percent.
Look how difficult it is for Tom to get out of these back corners of SBF now.
Yeah.
There isn't even a direct need to pressure get up shield in the corner. Sully's again more than happy just to stand towards the center of the stage, just slightly underneath the SBF platform, and just swing from there.
Incredibly smart uses of stage control as he laps him in percent, getting him down to 69. It's looking really dire for Tigerton right now.
He is in a difficult spot. Again, stuck in that last little sliver of the stage constantly.
Yeah. And this was his counter pick. So I'm interested to see if he doesn't take back this game, which is looking unlikely.
Gets interrupted by the jab.
So many smart call-outs, it's looking unlikely. I want to see what kind of adaptation he might make going into game 3, whether it be character or stage. Because right now it's looking all Stranger.
So Stranger knows that if he takes his time and just plays patiently at this point, he will land the straight hit eventually. There's no real reason for him to force the issue with a ledge trap.
He's got plenty of rage, and even if he doesn't, he's at 111. Lucina kills very well at this percent.
Back,
tries to mix up to get back onto stage. He doesn't get called out, but he doesn't find his mark either.
A little bit scared of the side B rolling away.
Yeah.
Not able to get a concrete punish.
I think Tigerton really wants the kill right now, and he's just struggling so hard to get it.
Tigerton hesitating a little bit on his option select off the Nair landing hitbox.
Oh, that's a regrab. That's a regrab. And the back air's doing it.
Going to take game 2.
Very, very, very solid, very smart, very patient. Just overall.
And a confident performance as well.
Just incredibly strong showing from Stranger.
There's no sense of real panic against Byleth's ledge options. There's no real sense of him getting himself into a scramble with Nares. He's just been very consistent of knowing where he needs to be on the stage to counteract pretty much Byleth at any range while maintaining pressure.
And Roy this time.
Yeah, the Roy's coming out now.
As a consistent Smash Court watcher, would you say this is one of Stranger's better performances or better plays that you've seen?
After
taking out Corey Governor
at this
earlier.
tournament? I mean, any time that you're able to take the top seed, the literal top seed down from the tournament, you're on a good you're onto a good run.
Yeah.
But I would say this is Sully's on Sully's on his good shit today.
Yeah.
We'll see what the Roy counter pick brings out now. Obviously, this is Tigerton's main of many years in terms of this game.
Incredibly proficient with his Roy. He has a different style to most Roys, I think it's notable. He's much more patient. He chooses his blows much more carefully rather than opting to instead like try and force his options on his opponent. Tigerton picks and chooses, and it's doing him a great deal of work right now.
He's going so far. I was a little concerned that the Roy might not be sufficiently warm.
Yeah.
Oh, nice early up B.
Very good early up B. I think when I play Tigerton, I think that is something that's been incredibly good for him. He picks his recoveries incredibly well.
He knows he has to be very smart and
very judicious
and very brave with his recovery sometimes, because Roy is relatively, in terms of the cast, gimpable. You know.
Yeah.
All it takes is a jump steal and he will die off stage. Wow, it's going to be Sully that takes the first stock out of the back of a scramble with an F-tilt.
Yeah, unfortunate whiff from Tigerton. This stage as well, obviously, incredibly good for Roy, but I don't think it's terrible for Lucina either.
No, she's able to just run off stage, and if she catches you with a fair on this stage, and your jump goes, or you lose an important recovery resource,
that's a stop.
It will be the stop.
Tigerton tries to set a ledge trap a bit far out with that grab, and Stranger manages to get back around him, and he's got that center stage again. No button pressed after the spot dodge, so Tom gets his confirm. We're seeing even stocks. This is definitely closer than the last game with the Byleth.
Yeah, 48% is an easy amount for Roy to make up, as well as we've just seen.
So easy for this character to just rack on that percent incredibly fast. Though Lucina can answer back just as proficiently.
Oh, he's going to catch him with
that
the
might
chair.
be it, yeah. That's why Town is the stage that Tom was looking for here. Dead at 75% of that confirm. And he doesn't miss those.
And it's a significant momentum shift as well.
41, and Tigerton is looking hot right now.
He's, nice. Sully's looking a lot more antsy now that there's consistent up-close shield pressure.
And now he's the one that has a deficit. Tigerton has the advantage. Manages to get back to the center stage. Stranger's looking desperate. I think he really wants this edge guard, but he doesn't get it. And that might be no.
The platform tech saves him. Very good reaction from Sully to get out of that.
Good stage awareness. But is it enough to bring back this game? 83%. It's Roy. He's off stage. It's
my God!
What a footstool!
Oh my days!
Incredibly brave, bold, and smart play from Tigerton to close out that game.
That was an impressive and bold choice. I suppose when you're a stock up, it makes no odds, but
he executed it so confidently and quickly.
Very smart the way he just went so deep before Lucina is in that up B range to be able to do that. And we could be potentially looking at a bit of a momentum shift now.
Yeah, and we're going to Smashville. The stage, obviously really good for Lucina. Her juggles are incredible. Her sword covers so much of it, but good for Roy as well.
Roy, again, is not going to suffer or dislike the small blast zones on this stage at the side. He's going to enjoy the lack of space that Lucina has to try and create a distance with her, probably what can be argued as more superior sword range.
Yeah. I think everything you're saying is coming to effect almost immediately, with Tigerton racking up a quick 88%, just using that short range, using those platforms to get all these extensions and that percent down. But in the same way, Stranger's answered
seems
back.
very rubber bandy.
Yeah.
When one is able to get a slight foothold, they really do push it well. There's the jump from ledge. Tigerton's been very good at mixing up his recoveries. He's not let Sully have anything for free in terms of edge guards.
And these are two players that are proficient in getting a mile out of every single inch the opponent will give them. As proven by these explosive advantage states and very quick first stock and answer back immediately as I say that.
Catches the drift into him with the F-tilt very nicely.
Both stocks lock in the first minute. Manages to get off the platform.
He's reversed it the wrong way, but can't get the punish.
I didn't catch it, and Stranger is the one getting these extensions right now. Stranger is the one pushing his advantage. Tigerton needs to start a string up.
Back to neutral. Good parry, doesn't get a punish.
Lucina down tilt, that's very hard to get.
Oh, Sully was very smart at waiting for him.
He knew exactly where Tigerton wanted to put himself.
Sully's not let that like early momentum swing that Tigerton looked like he was building up get to him at all.
No. Very, very fundamentally solid player in every sense of the word now. Mentally and play-wise right now.
All it takes is one read though now at 80%. Tigerton's going for a lot of interesting up tilt choices. I feel like it might be a bit of carryover from Byleth, who has like a very good up tilt for calling out jumps that way. Roy struggles a lot more. Oh, too far away from the stage.
Both those back airs are definitely good at calling out jumps. That is something that Tigerton will be amazing at.
So even. 34% is not something that Roy can't easily overtake or match.
Yeah.
His edge guard's going to be scary though.
It's been the name of the game with this ledge trap for Stranger, but Tigerton finally escapes it, and that might be the time for him to get back his percent. 42. 51, they're tied, but he has a Nair F smash. We're back to this perilous situation. Another Nair.
Interesting choice there. Tigerton not really making proper use of it.
Stranger is following so well, and that might be it.
That's going to be the back end. Nicely done.
Very, very strong.
3-1 to Stranger. I think, unfortunately, the Byleth wasn't quite able to do it in that in terms of the matchup, and the Roy just not consistent enough.
Yeah, not quite there.
Stranger progresses on to Winners Finals.
Winners Finals, top 3 for Stranger in this bracket. I don't think he was seeded for that.
No, I think he was seeded a little lower, but he's on fire today. He's on fire.
He is playing incredibly.
And with Curry Governor in losers, there is significant question marks over